Something that stresses a lot of people out is their script. What kind of script should they write? How should they write it? It takes so long to write a script. How do you memorize it? How do you look at your notes so you can read your script? And if you have worked with me for even 1 minute, you know that the answer to that question from me is going to be, don't write a script. No script. No, 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 no script ever. Period. Okay. So what I recommend, because I am a big fan of preparation and organizing your thoughts, but that is outlining. And when I say outlining, what I mean is you want to distill it down and down and down and down until it's like 3 words max. So your notes in preparation of doing a Facebook Live, a video, even a longer video, is really going to be 3 words, like 3 bullet points. And from there, it just sort of, you make sure you get all of your major topics. But from there, you're just talking extemporaneously, from your heart, from your experience. And if you leave something out, who cares? Nobody remembers the things that you leave out. It's always better to be simpler. So what I will do is I will spend like 5 minutes. I'll sort of brainstorm in like my notes app on my phone, and then be like, okay, 3 major topics. Can I distill it? And I end up with 3 words. And what's so good about that is once you have those 3 words, that's all the notes you're going to have in view when you are doing a video. Because the worst thing that you can do when you're doing a video is to be constantly looking down and looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down, and looking up. Right? Because that's not what you do in a conversation. The whole point of this is to make it feel like a conversation. So you have your 3 words, your 3-word outline. That's all you have. And then what I recommend to do from there is to write them on a Post-it. So here I have my Post-it. I don't know if you can see that. And it's just 3 words. And so if you're doing a video on your phone, what I would recommend doing is put it over where your face would be. Because that way you're not tempted to keep looking at your face, right? Your face is no longer in the mix because it's covered up. And then if you do need to refer to your notes, your 3 words, it's just a really quickly look at your notes, come back. Look at your notes, come back. And we can barely tell that it's happening. And also, if it's only 3 words, you can probably just have those in your memory, but you have them there as a crutch in case that's what you need. And if you're using a webcam, what I recommend is same thing, but just write it upside down and then stick it up right next to your webcam so that it's sticking up off of, let's pretend like this is the computer, so that it's sticking up off the computer and your webcam is here. So you can be looking, if you have to look at your notes, it's right there, and then you come right back. And that is how you can have your thoughts reasonably well organized, but you're not going to be looking at your notes the whole time. And it's going to give you a much better chance of connecting with the person who is watching it. And then the last thing I recommend is practice. Do a Facebook Live, once before you actually go live, right? So that you kind of have it rattling around in your brain. And then when you're doing it, you're not thinking, what are all my points? What are my 3 points? What are my, sub points and that? You're just talking and communicating something that hopefully is important to the person watching it. Because they don't care about your notes. They don't care that you've hit every one of your 67 points. They're fine if you hit 8 of your points, but do it in a way that feels authentic and connected and like you're present for them. All right, so I recommend everybody buy some Post-its, write them down, try that, especially the sticking it in front of your face part. That is it's just such a good way to make sure that you are connected, and so that when you're talking on camera, you are connecting with the person watching it and not worrying about looking at your notes.